Hello, Riderflex Nation. Steve Urban here with more career advice and job interviewing tips for you. Today's topic, advice for older job seekers. I want to give you my top 5 tips. And really, this podcast is me giving encouragement to older job seekers. We visit with people all day long, all ages, all walks of life. With regards to older job seekers, I can see the worry on their face, the concern on their face. They're thinking to themselves, gosh, I'm 54 years old. They're not going to hire me because I'm an older candidate and they don't think I have the energy left, et cetera. Or they think I've lost touch with technology or blah, blah, blah. And so I see the worry and concern when I interview older folks. And because of that, I want to just give some encouragement on this podcast, give you my top 5 tips that I think will help you land the job. So when I say older candidates, I guess I probably mean 50 years and older. Here's my advice. Number one, follow protocol and use that to your advantage. What do I mean by that? There are so many younger candidates today, and I'm not picking on millennials, I'm sorry, but there's so many younger candidates that just don't follow the basic rules of interviewing and applying for jobs. Here's what I mean. They're late to meetings, they're late to interviews, they call in late, they sometimes will have grammar or punctuation mistakes on their resume. In their written communication via email and all their correspondence, they'll have mistakes. They won't send thank you notes. They won't follow up about a week after they've interviewed with somebody. There's just kind of all these basic, interviewing 101, so to speak, rules that a lot of the younger folks don't follow. Use that to your advantage, right? You're older, you know better, you know what you're supposed to do. Follow the protocols. And I'm telling you, that's my number one tip. It will help you stand out from the crowd from a lot of what I'm seeing today. Number two, emphasize how your experience can save the company money or how your experience can make an immediate impact faster than a younger candidate might. You've been there, done that, right? It's probably less time to onboard you, less time for training. You probably have lots of experiences from your past that can bring immediate value to a company that will either increase revenue faster or save money faster. Be sure you emphasize that when you're talking to the interviewer. Number three, emphasize your references, right? You have so many power people in your network now. CEOs, VPs, directors. You've worked for many of them or worked with them. Your reference list is powerful. Use that to your advantage. When I get a candidate in, if they send me references that have, 2 chief executive officers on their reference list, that's powerful stuff. Use that to your advantage. Again, it sets you apart, and some of the younger candidates won't have those types of references. Number 4, probably the most important one. I probably should have listed this as number 1, not number 4. Stay humble in your process. So often I'm interviewing that 58-year-old that used to be a C-level executive, and now they're having to interview for a VP or a director level position or something smaller in the scope of responsibility than they've done in the past. And, they kind of have this arrogance or this attitude, or in fact, sometimes they actually come across as pissed off that they're even having to interview for this job, or that they've gotten themselves into this situation in life where they really need this job. And so they kind of have this attitude. I'm telling you right now that that's probably the biggest mistake I see from older candidates is they have this arrogance, or they're too cocky, and that keeps them from getting the job. It's such a turnoff. Just stay humble in your approach, stay humble in your communication, and I'm telling you, it will give you a much better chance of landing the position. And last, number 5, just make sure you're showing plenty of energy and plenty of passion, right? Make sure you're emphasizing that you still have the juice to do the job. You can still get on that plane 2 times a week if you need to. You can still put in those 12-hour days. You got the energy and the juice for life, and you're still ready to get after it. Make sure you emphasize that in any way you can, whatever that might be, right? Maybe you highlight the fact that you are on the treadmill 5 days a week, or that you highlight the fact that you're in a basketball league, or it doesn't even have to be athletic related. My point is just emphasize anything that shows passion and energy and juice for life, I think will help you land the job much, much faster. So there are your top 5 tips. Just to summarize, number one, really follow protocol. Number two, emphasize your experience and how it can save the company money or increase revenues. Number three, emphasize your power references. Number four, stay humble in your approach and all of your communication. And number five, show energy and passion and the fact that you still got the juice for the job. And there is your Riderflex tip of the day. As always, folks, you can listen to our podcast on just about any platform these days. You can visit riderflex.com to learn more about us. You can email or call us with questions, and we'll help you in any way we can. Thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful day.